Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run7. How you doing? So we got an all new scene set up here, but I still don't have my voice, which is half the reason I took some time off. So if I'm coming through a little scratchy, I apologize, guys, but I just can't stay away from it any longer, you know? I'm having too much fun here. Today on Defense Up, we're going to be going over Ryebread. He is in chat with us now. If you would like to join the conversation, you can come find me on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 to noon on the West Coast. We do this live and we have a lot of fun, and we kind of goof around doing some other stuff too. But we grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their power levels, their placement, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Let's get started. Team number 1 is an Emmarauder team. This is a pretty basic Emmarauder team. We've obviously taken Sabretooth off to go on to that Weapon X team. I really like, hold on a second, this is a little loud in my ear. There we go. I really like having Minerva on this defense. I think it makes it that much more tricky because you have to, if you're coming into it with Shadowlands, which is the primary way to take out this team, you have to put the Disrupt on Strife, then ability block Emma, then you have to kill Minerva and come back to Strife, and then come back to Emma, and it makes that extra step in the process that usually it's pretty tough to do if they don't have the proper T4s on their Electra, and nobody wants to be putting T4s on Electra. So I like that. I dig the placement. Although I think maybe you could do better if you swapped Emma and Sinister. That way, in case there's some splash damage, Sinister's not losing any deflex or evades or anything that might be given to him by Mystique. I've got 5 different beverages sitting over here trying to keep my voice under control. It's nasty. Okay. You got some really good red stars on this team. I like that. The power levels are pretty good, although your Strife is not big enough. If you're serious about this defense, and honestly, at this point in the game, I don't think we should be that serious about this defense. Most of these Emmarauders are just getting broken up and used elsewhere. But if you're serious about this defense, then Strife needs to be in between Sinister and Emma. So you got 160, 175. He should be about 170 in his power level. That's a good barometer of where you should be putting your Strife, because he is kind of the linchpin of whether this team succeeds or fails. If you can't get through Strife, he just keeps taunting, and it makes it really tough. Also, you need to make your team war ready. Other than that, you're doing pretty good. So I think a tweak on the placement, war ready, build up your Strife, makes this team much better. Don't worry about Mystique so much. She's just there to grab effects and give them over to Sinister. Excuse me. I'm going to give you a C for this team. It could use a little work. All right, here's Doc Ock, Sinister 6. Your Sinister 6Es are underpowered compared to your Doc Ock. This is just symbiote food. Axeman's going to roll over this. Any team that builds speed meter is going to have no trouble getting through this team. The only thing is, if somebody goes into this without one of those speed teams and they clear everybody except for Doc Ock, it's a real pain in the ass for, I hate seeing a solo Doc Ock left on the field, because you still have to bring in something kind of powerful to overcompensate for his healing abilities and kill him. It's a challenging character. He's tough. So that's the only thing that happens, is that sometimes Doc Ock doesn't die, and then it's really frustrating. By the way, if you're on offense and you leave a Doc Ock on the field, be nice and clean up your mess. As far as this team is concerned, though, I think you should take it off of defense and use it on offense. Build up the rest of the members. It is a good team. You can use it for a lot of things on offense, but on defense, it's absolute garbage. I'm giving people an automatic F for this because you're wasting Doc Ock. He should be used on a hybrid, or he should be used on this team on offense, or on an offensive hybrid. I don't care. One thing you could do... No, I wouldn't even do that. Now, just get this team off of defense. As far as running this team on offense, I like Mysterio as a striker, but you can also use him as a skirmisher. He calls lots of assists, so I like him as a striker because he does clear positive effects with his basic. Vulture is a raider, that's good. Shocker is a raider, that's good. You can alternatively use him as a skirmisher, works pretty well. And then Green Goblin as a skirmisher is fine. You can also use him as a raider. You could use him as a striker to increase his damage, but I think that's a waste. I think these are pretty good ISOs. I think Mysterio should be a striker, though, but you're in the ballpark with those. It's not bad. But yeah, get this team off of here, put it on offense. Team number 3 is a Heroes for Hire. Yeah, this is fine. No problems here. You might want to put Shang-Chi to the outside. You need to put Iron Fist as a healer. Make him war ready. No, I'm sorry, not a healer, as a skirmisher. He can be used as a healer, but his healing powers aren't really that useful the way this team functions with its death and revive. So make him a skirmisher to put those vulnerables out on the field, and you'll get better use out of your Calling Wing and your Misty Knight. Misty Knight as a skirmisher is correct. Calling Wing needs to be a striker for the damage. She's put those bleeds out there. You want the damage increase on those bleeds so that it just bleeds everybody to death. So using her as a skirmisher, it's not too good. Wang Chang as a raider is fine, and I like Luke Cage as a fortifier. Even though I hate fortifier, Luke Cage is one of those who does need to be a fortifier, not a healer. He's too slow. He doesn't pass out enough heals. So let's tweak the placement. Let's fix those ISOs. I'm going to give you a C+ for this team. Team number 4. What the hell do you have Winter Soldier on here for? That's trash. Get rid of him. You're better off with a minion than Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier's a garbage tune. That's why everybody's so upset. So, because we have to build him up for the unlock, and so get him off this team. You're better off with an underpowered minion because it gives that 25% damage reduction to Red Skull. In fact, the best thing you could do is put Zemo in his place, because then this team's really gonna hold. It's a 400 level Red Skull team though, but I mean, honestly, if I go into this team, I'm just going to kill off Winter Soldier right away, and then yeah, I mean, it's still pretty brutal because your Red Skull's built up so much that with 75% damage reduction, I still wouldn't want to go into Red Skull trying to kill him first. I would still try and work down the team, but it's going to be even tougher to work down the team if you had a 60k minion in here. If you're just trying to avoid investing in a minion, then I understand, and that's a thing to do. But I think if you happen to have another 30k minion in here, put him in instead of Winter Soldier, you're going to get better results. Let's see. Raider, no, he should be a skirmisher when you use him on offense. Fortifier is correct. Striker on Grenadier, that's good. Striker on Sniper, that's okay. The problem is you have 1 Raider and 3 Strikers. So either Red Skull or Sniper, you should change to a skirmisher, and change him to a skirmisher also. I think change Sniper to a skirmisher, change Winter Soldier to a skirmisher. You're going to have better results with that. Your placement's fine, doesn't really matter on this team. Although maybe swap Grenadier and Sniper, because Sniper goes invisible at the start of the match, and it'll mess things up. So put Sniper next to Red Skull. This team's kind of wonky. I really don't like that you have Winter Soldier in here. However, it looks like you're just trying to save on spending resources. I think you would be better off with another 30k minion. So change that up. I'm going to give you a C for this team. All right, we got a Doom hybrid, just kind of some mishmash stuff thrown together. It looks like you're using up some already invested tunes, some plug and play tunes in with Doom. It's something to do. Captain Marvel isn't doing anything on this team. She's not even war ready. Star-Lord isn't worth investing. He's not even worth making war ready. So I don't know what to do about that. Drax is just there to draw the attention away from Doom, giving Doom time to warm up. But your Drax isn't big enough. Somebody's going to come in here with a medium-powered X-Factor or something. Just annihilate this team. It's not a very tough team to beat. I think it's kind of a waste of Doom, honestly. If you swap out Star-Lord or Captain Marvel with another tank, you might be able to give Doom enough time to get off, and then it wouldn't be a total waste. I think you should do that. I think you should actually take Star-Lord out and put something like, well, I'd say Hand Sentry, but you probably don't have Hand Sentry up into 80k. But if you have any other tank that's around 80k, put them in here instead. You'll get better results. I think another thing you could do, however, is to replace Captain Marvel with Groot and replace Ultimus with Rocket Raccoon. That might be a better version of this team. Fortifier on Drax because he's underpowered. That's what you're supposed to do. Striker on Captain Marvel. That's fine. You might consider making her a healer and bringing her up because she's not doing the damage that she used to, relatively speaking, with the way things are these days. So making her a healer and just keeping her alive and making her harder to kill is a better move. Skirmisher on Ultimus, fine. You could also make him a striker. Hell, you could make him a raider if you want. Doesn't really matter. He's underpowered. He's going to die. He's kind of a waste on this team. And then, like I said, Star-Lord. Star-Lord's old news. You might swap places with Doom and put him next to Star-Lord. At least you have a chance of Doom getting some energy off of Star-Lord. Now Star-Lord has a little bit more value. Honestly, I think it's a pretty trash team. I think you get a D for this just because Doom is way better on other hybrids. You don't even have to bring in a really good team to beat this. That's the thing. So, yeah. Team number 6. Mercs with Yoli Baloney and Shuri and Red Guardian. It's not even a Merc team anymore. It's just a, I have this leftover trash team. Okay. Well, first off, your Merc Riot Guard gives out adjacent deflects. His sole purpose is to give deflects to the people he's next to. So you got to put him in the center somewhere. Put Yelena out on the outside. Put him next to Taskmaster. Shuri's fine on this team, but she's better off with Mercs. I think you should be replacing Yelena with another Merc, and I think Red Guardian. You have Red Guardian in here because he starts with a taunt, and that's something. And he's got some synergy with Yelena. I don't really like it, though. I think a traditional Merc team is better than this. But if you don't have any Mercs built up, and you're not planning on investing for payday, then I guess this is okay. But honestly, get some Mercs built up so you can get the 3 stars on that payday event. Max it out, you know? And then replace your Skillitary members. Yeah, this is pretty garbage. I think it's a waste of Taskmaster. I think you should, if you're gonna run this, take out Taskmaster and Merc Riot Guard and run more of a skill military team in here instead. I think this is kind of trash. I don't really like it. I do like that you have Skirmisher on Taskmaster, but you don't have any strikers, and you don't have any Merc strikers either, so there's another waste. This is better than Shield Guards, but I think it's a total waste. I think you're going in too many directions at once. Pick which team you want to put in here and fill out the rest. This is a D-. All right, Wave 1 Avengers. Looks good. I think Thor should be a Raider, and I think you should make a Hawkeye a Skirmisher. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Yeah, placement's all right. Power levels are all right. Make them more ready. Change those 2 ISOs. This is a B. Okay, PymTech. PymTech is whatever. I think your placement's off. You should put... Man, my throat is falling apart today. Okay, I like the dodgy characters on the wings, and then I like Yellow Jacket in the middle. So you should put Strife, Ghost, Yellow Jacket, and then have Wasp and Ant-Man. Make sure Wasp and Ant-Man are Skirmisher. They are. Striker on Ghost, that's right. Fortifier on her, that's good. And Raider on her, that's good. So I like everything you're doing here. I like the power levels because I think this is a crap team to invest in unless you're in the PymTech lane and raids. And then, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I think you should just adjust your placement is all you really need to do with this team. And it is kind of a filler team. This is the best place to put Ghost right now, I believe. Ghost is a good plug and play character if you want to put her on some hybrid teams, but her synergies lie with this team. You could consider investing a little bit more into these tunes, but it's really not, unless you're in that raid lane, then I don't think you should. So I kind of like what you got going on here. If you fix the placement, I could give you an A for this team, but your placement is kind of wonky, so I'm going to give you the B for it. Team number 9 is Fantastic Four with She-Hulk. Let's see. You have 1 Skirmisher, 1 Striker. You have 2 Fortifiers. I think Thing should be a Striker. I think that Invisible Woman should be a Skirmisher. Healer is a secondary choice and not even that good of one. I like having 2 Strikers, 2 Skirmishers with all the assists that Mr. Fantastic makes happen. And then Fortifier on She-Hulk is correct because She-Hulk is kind of a pain in the butt if you come in here with a team that throws out too many negative effects on them. Otherwise, I think you're doing okay. Possibly swap places with Johnny and the Thing. So yeah, let's do a placement swap, make them war ready, and then change those ISOs. I'm going to give you a C+ for that team. Let's see here. We have, why are you using this team on defense? This is an amazing war offensive team. This is an F right here. You should have this team on offense, even if they're under invested. White Tiger and Night Nurse could be used on a hybrid if you can't use this team. I mean, 300 going, you know, you find some underdeveloped teams, you can still just crush them with this. This is your 13th or 14th pick on your war offensive roster. So I got to give you an F for this one. Your ISOs are correct. That's good. Yeah, but yeah, get them on offense for sure right away. And then go ahead and, you know, give them a few T4s, invest in them a little bit. This is one of the only old meta teams that's retaining its value as these newer teams come out. Because of their speed, because of the way that they automatically land ability block with White Tiger. It's an expensive team to use. I understand it takes a hefty investment, but I think that you still get good value out of them. So don't go crazy on this team. Give them a few tweaks, use them on offense. Okay, wow, we're at the end of that already. Good thing too, because I barely got any voice left and I got one more of these to record today. If you like what you saw, hit like, subscribe. You can find me on Twitch. Check out the other YouTube videos. I'm recycling my streams. If you can't find me on Twitch, be sure to catch those. I very much enjoy doing these defense up videos, and I'm going to try and get taken care of the backlog of videos that I have because of the break that I took. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done and caught up. But if you want your video featured on Defense Up, then find the link to my Discord in the description. Come over to my Discord, just at me, DM me, whatever you want, and I'll tell you what to do there. So remember, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and each other too, and I will catch you next time. Thanks, bye.